In accordance with Article 46(2) of the Constitution, the seat of Madam Halimah Yacob as member became vacant on 7th August 2017. In accordance with Article 44, the office of the Speaker also became vacant on the same day. Honourable members shall now elect a person to fill that office. Election of a Speaker.
Clerk of Parliament, I propose that Mr Tan Chuan-Jin do take the chair of this Parliament as Speaker.
Clerk of Parliament, I support the proposal.
There being only one proposal, I declare Mr Tan Chuan-Jin to have been duly elected as Speaker of this Parliament.
Leader of the House.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of the House, I extend to you our heartiest congratulations on your election as the 10th Speaker of Parliament. Sir, Prime Minister has said that you stood out as the best choice as the next Speaker of Parliament. Everyone who has interacted with you can attest to your patience and willingness to listen to both sides of the debate. In the years ahead, the many complex and multifaceted challenges facing Singapore will need fair, frank, and honest debate. This House can expect a Speaker who will conduct the proceedings with impartiality and enable MPs to serve their fellow Singaporeans in building a better society. Mr. Speaker, over the years, you have demonstrated a strong passion and heart for the people. Your sincerity and affable demeanor has given you an exceptional ability to reach out to and connect with people, whether they were heritage or environmental groups, foreign worker advocates, or social service organizations. Across your diverse portfolios in national development, manpower, and social and family development, one thing remains the same. You have earned the trust of people of different convictions and views. Your capacity to encourage civil dialogue and conversation among people of diverse perspectives will be something that is, as Speaker, central to ensuring we continue to have productive and healthy debates in this House. You similarly earned the trust and respect from stakeholders beyond your work in the government, when you took on the mantle of leading the Singapore National Olympic Council as President in 2014 and helped sport in Singapore scale new heights. The last two SEA Games under your watch set new records. Our best medal haul ever in 2015 and our best away games medal haul result in KL this year. You have wanted to give the young athletes the opportunity in KL and decided to send the largest contingent for an away games. And of course, there was Singapore's first Olympic gold. You engaged the national sports associations to know the issues they were facing and supported them to grow and develop our sports talents. And you were there in the stands, shoulder to shoulder with all the Singaporean friends, cheering your heart out for Team Singapore. These qualities characterized your engagement on all issues, whether they were on defense, infrastructure, manpower, or social affairs. Your wide exposure to policies from economic to social, infrastructure to heritage will no doubt prepare you well for the wide array of policies and legislations that will be debated in this House. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are therefore delighted to welcome you as the new Speaker of Parliament, while we'll miss your contributions in government. In electing you to take the chair of this Parliament, this House places its full confidence in your ability to preside over its proceedings with fairness and uphold the standard of this august institution. I ask all members to join me in pledging our support and cooperation to conduct ourselves with decorum at all times and respect the privileges accorded to us as members of Parliament. I also have a personal request for the Speaker as he takes on his new appointment. We have been jogging partners along the river and around the Parliament. Now that you are leading this institution and have an office here, I hope we will have more opportunity to run together and look forward to a refreshed gym in the Parliament. Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of the House, I would like to pay tribute to your predecessor, Madam Halimah Yacob. Madam Halimah was first elected as the Speaker of the Parliament of Singapore at its 12th Parliament and re-elected at the 13th Parliament. She advanced gender equality by being the first female Speaker of Parliament and now taking strides towards the highest office of the country. I'm sure all members will agree that Madam Halimah discharged her functions fairly, impartially, and fully upheld the best traditions of this House. With tenacity and patience, and without fear or favor, Madam Halimah moved the proceedings of this House smoothly and even-handedly. She gave all members the opportunity to voice their views and share their proposals on how we can progress confidently forward as one Singapore. During her term, the debates in this House spanned issues across the social, economic, security, and political spectrum. The Population White Paper sparked one of the most intense debates of the 12th Parliament in February 2013, less than a month into Madam Halimah's role as Speaker. This House debated and endorsed the White Paper, where we called on the government to adopt strategy towards a sustainable population in Singapore, with a focus on maintaining a strong Singaporean core and addressing infrastructural demands. In 2014 January, the 2013 Little India riot, the most serious public order incident Singapore encountered in over 40 years, topped Parliament's agenda. Recognizing the threat posed to the safety and harmony of the community and the need to restore normalcy quickly, this House expeditiously deliberated and passed the Public Order Additional Temporary Measures Bill in February 2014. The Committee of Inquiry recommendations were later presented and accepted by the Ministry of Home Affairs in July that year. In March 2015, the Parliament House became the place for grief and remembrance of our founding Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. Madam Speaker made the House available to Singaporeans from all walks of life, from ordinary people, civil servants, community leaders, students, to foreign heads of state. The nation was united in grief as more than 450,000 people filed through Parliament House to pay their last respects to the late Mr. Lee. More recently, in November 2016, we passed the constitutional amendments to elected presidency after 3 days of robust debate. These changes will provide stability to Singapore's political system and ensure multiracial representation in the elected presidency. Throughout the vigorous and intense debates on the many contentious issues addressed in this House, Madam Halimah's unfailing calm and measured temperament guided us towards fruitful conclusions. To ensure that this House continued to meet high standards of effectiveness, Madam Halimah oversaw changes we introduced to the processes and procedures of Parliament. I have had the privilege of working with Madam Halimah on the amendments to the Standing Orders of Parliament earlier in May this year. This included increasing the minimum interval between the first and second readings of bills so that members can have more time to study and scrutinize a bill. Madam Halimah also granted the wish of many members last month by making Wi-Fi available in this chamber. Under her personal supervision, we have made the House effectively barrier-free, accessible, and an inclusive institution, and welcome the appointments of our first member on wheelchair. Madam Halimah will be missed by many of us in this House. She has exemplified the principles of fairness and equality, giving everyone the opportunity to make their case to ensure a robust yet civilized debate. Her ability to sit through a long stretch of sitting without a break has never failed to impress us. Mr. Speaker, sir, Parliament is a cornerstone of our democracy. It discharges the roles of representation, holding the executive to account, and lawmaking. Madam Halimah leaves behind a stronger institution. On behalf of this House, I wish Madam Halimah all the best in her next and even more significant endeavor. Mr. Speaker, sir, much work lies ahead of us. We are in an unpredictable global climate where we must ensure that our people and Singapore are resilient and future-ready. We must continue to debate issues that affect our nation with rigor and objectivity. No doubt, there will always be difficult decisions to make. But let us have the courage to speak out and act for what is best for our nation, to fulfill the duties and responsibility entrusted upon us by the people whom we serve. Mr. Speaker, sir, we trust that you will preside over the proceedings with wisdom and impartiality. We look forward to your leadership and contributions as the guardian of this chamber. Thank you.